Good morning and welcome back to another kind yoga with Meg. That's me. This class is a little nugget I did at the beach the other day with our beach class, and I left feeling so great, just light and energized. And I don't know if it was the sequences or the company. Oh, it's always the company. The power of the ocean giving us energy. But it was really a great practice to absorb some energy and kind of get you through the rest of your day. So I wanted to share it on the channel so everybody could get a chance to experience it as well. I threw in some of my little favorites that I like to do when I'm alone at the beach. Things that I don't usually do at the class, but things that I just throw in a little bit more dancey, movement, flowy stuff through an eagle pose and a dancer's pose. So we'll throw those in too and see how you do with them. So let's get started. We're going to call this one an energizing little nugget. All right, find your seated position as we always do. Sits bones grounded. That just means get a nice base underneath your pelvis, underneath your torso. You can always sit up on this pillow or a towel if you have one. It helps ease any strain in your hip crease. If you're really tight and you find your knees float up to your earlobes, then give yourself an ease on it. And you can always stretch a leg out, especially if you feel it falling asleep. Sometimes I find myself in classes telling everyone, oh yeah, you can stretch your leg out. And 3 people stretch their legs out and they're like, oh, thank goodness. So give yourself the permission to adapt and modify as you feel you need to and what works for your body. That's the whole thing about yoga. You come into a practice for yourself, feeding yourself with your practice, doing what works for you and your body. So we found that comfortable seated position. We felt where our sits bones are underneath the pelvis. Notice where your tailbone is and try to align the vertebra of your spine up from that tailbone. And think about the breath as you breathe in, filling up the space between each vertebra of your spine. Make sure you're not rounding forward and collapsing. Try to give space between your belly button and your lower back. Brew that strength now inside that belly. Build up that kind of power. You're energizing your center to create that energy to move through the body for your practice, for your day ahead, for everything that comes your way, strengthening ourselves up and opening ourselves to receive. Taking those good deep breaths in. Let's take a breath down to the belly. Between the belly button and the lower back, I want you to feel that breath expand and open up. If you feel that breathing down here causes tension in your hips, put your hands on the ground and give yourself support there. Exhaling, feeling the belly button pull back towards that lower back, releasing that breath, squeezing it out like a tube of toothpaste. Inhaling, expanding between the belly button and lower back. Getting that connection going, exhaling, feeling them compress. Taking the breath to the center of the body, kind of in the middle of the rib cage, in fact, and breathing in, expanding all the way around. Feel under your armpits into the back side, and then exhale, releasing that breath. Allow the ribs to drop. Inhaling, expanding like a balloon that you're inflating inside your chest. It's getting into the back body as well. Exhale, releasing the weight of the world that's been packed on the shoulders and the back. Taking the breath to the tops of the shoulders and along the side of the neck. You can always touch the areas you're breathing into. Make them tangible areas. And then exhale and feel the release. One more time. Exhaling. Beautiful work. See if the jaw lets go a little bit as you've given some attention to this space. And now from your tailbone, from your seat, breathe up the whole length of your spine, all the way past the neck, the throat, through the skull, out of the crown of the head. And exhale, release any tension, any areas of blockage you notice as that breath moves up the length of the body. 2 more times. Inhaling for length and strength. Expansion and lightness, exhaling a breath of release. One more time. Beautiful work. Let's take an inhale, look up towards the sky. Keep the chest releasing down, stretching the throat and the neck. Exhale, chin to the chest. Feel the backside stretching. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, chin to the chest. Let's move it around. Inhale, roll along the right side, jaw towards the right shoulder. Ear and shoulder are looking at each other. Opposite side stays grounded. Exhaling, releasing back to center. Inhaling, left side. Opposite side stays grounded. Exhale, release back to center. Use the breath to set your pace. Inhale, right side. We're going to go all the way around. Exhale, keep your belly strong. Lift up and over your cervical spine in the back, through the left, all the way back to center. Inhale, reverse. And use that exhale to release you back. Open up the chest, but keep the spine long. You're not crunching your spine. All the way back to center. Beautiful work. Good. Let's take an inhale. Stretch the arms up to the sky. Crunch those shoulders. Exhale. Release them down. Hold this. 2 breaths here. You can always soften the elbows to the side if you feel strain accumulating into your shoulders. One more good deep breath. Keep the belly and lower back connection going. On your inhale, turn your palms away, flex the wrists and push, push, push with the center of your palms. Almost like there's laser beams coming out of the center of your palms. It's energy moving through you. You're kind of creating that space around you. This is the area around you that you want to keep things moving away and keep that light all the way around you. Excellent. We're going to go into some Kapalabhati breaths. Say that 3 times fast. Short, sharp exhalations from your abdominal wall. Try not to move and react with your body, but keep a good solid frame. It's just the belly shooting the breath out. We'll start slow and we'll speed up for the 3rd round. Do what you can with it. Take an inhale and begin. Inhaling. Exhaling. Notice everything kind of shifting in the body. Blood flow. We're going to speed the 2nd round up. Take an inhale. And begin. Inhaling. Exhaling. You can stay at whatever pace works for you. I'm going to really speed up this 3rd round. Join in if you want. Inhaling. And begin. Inhaling, letting it go. Sit for a moment with your breath and the sensations that your Kapalabhati breath has given you. Great breath for the liver and the kidneys. Pardon me. Good for your skin, I just researched and found. Just an overall nice sensation when you're finished with that breath. Let's warm up those shoulders. Inhale, stretch it up. A lot of space for your breath now. Exhale, I want you to push the palms forward, pull the belly back as if you have a piece of string connected to your belly button. It's being pulled away and you're pushing away with the palms. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, bring the palms behind the head. You can bow the chin, and then I want you to inhale, look up. Keep the belly and the lower back connected so you don't arch. Exhale, stay right here. Open up the elbows, drop the shoulders. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, push the palms away. Use your abdominal wall. Use those muscles to pull into the lower back. So you're actually stretching your lower back, your lumbar spine. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, chin to the chest, palms behind the head, elbows open. Good. Inhale, look up. Elbows open, shoulders dropped. Good. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, push the palms away, pull the belly and stretch, 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 stretch. Drop the palms as low as you want. Inhale up. Exhaling. Inhale for opening. Exhale. Beautiful work. Inhale, stretch it up. Flex those palms, flex the wrists, push away gently. Good, nice and easy, all the way down. As many breaths as you need for your descent. Take as much time as you need to feel that release. Roll out the shoulders. For 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, right palm to the earth. Reach over with your left. You don't have to bend into the elbow, but if you are, bend the elbow towards you, not away. Good. Turn up towards the sky or look down towards the earth if your neck is straining. Push off your right palm. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, opposite side, left palm to the earth. You might be at your maximum stretch here. You can also bend into that elbow. Keep your opposite sits bone grounded. That's your foundation. You're rooting through the earth and you're growing strong out of the earth. Push off the earth. Inhale, stretch it up. And exhale, you can push away if you'd like. Pushing away any forces we don't want to seep into us. Roll out the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Let's get to our seated fold. Stretching out the back and the legs a little bit. Extend the legs. Give them a little wiggle waggle if you need to inside those hips. Notice as I'm sitting here, my belly and my lower back are connected and I'm nice and long through my spine. This is what we're looking for. You can soften the knees if you need to. You can also tuck something under them if you're really tight in the hammies and your calf muscles. Inhale, stretch it up. Watch my lower back. Exhale, I go about 1/4 of the way down. My upper back didn't round. My shoulders didn't drop my arms. And I kept a nice straight line from my tailbone to the crown of the head. You can drop your palms if you need to, if you feel like you're straining in the upper back. If you can keep going, inhale, lengthen. Exhale a little bit further down. We're about halfway there. If you are at your maximum, release your hands for support. Inhale, stretch if you've got a bit more. Exhale. Feel that lower back stretching. Inhale, find your length. And then exhale, finally release all the way down. All the way down might be resting over the thighs. Head, neck, and jaw released. All the way down might look something like this for you, which is also fine. You're going to your place of release where you can do so and breathe through it. Wiggle inside the hips a little bit. Another good breath. Excellent work. Let's grab hold of the toes, the feet, the shins, a strap around the bottom. You might say, I'm not grabbing anything today. That is fine. Hands to your side. Let's take an inhale. Find that length. We're active stretching here. Pulling back on what you're holding on to, lengthening that spine. Feel everything stretch. Exhale. Release into that stretch, softening the body. You can open up the knees to the side. You can release the hips. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen and stretch. Active stretching. And then you get passive and just release into that stretch. Such a nice sensation. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale. And then this time, stay holding on, but inhale, pull the belly button through that lower back. So the opposite type of stretch here. Exhale. Good. Letting go. Inhale. Keep it going. Inhale. Moving through and up. Slide your right foot in with you. Exhale. I want you to turn towards that right knee. So your heel does not need to be right up to your sits bone. You can walk it a little further away if you want. Inhale for length through the spine. Exhale, twisting. Inhale for length through your spine. Keep your right hand grounding. Exhale, twisting. You can keep going. If you've got a little bit of a stretch in you, take an inhale, release your right hand. See how this feels, reaching back or up to the sky. Don't crunch that shoulder. And if you have a little bit more of a stretch, reach up, maybe reach over. Maybe it's going all the way to the toes. We're not looking down, we're looking up. Good. One more breath wherever you are. Inhale, let's float back up, turn towards the front. And then exhale, turn away from that bent knee. Use it as a little block so you can push away and get a nice solid twist. From here, we're going to transition to a side plank. So ground your left palm. Take an inhale, you're going to push off your left palm, your left heel, and your right foot. Reach the right fingertips up. You can reach back into like sort of a wild thing here, or you can just stay up. You can decide that you want to drop down to your forearm here. So lots of modifications to make. And then let's bring it over on our inhale. You're rolling to the outside of your left foot. We are coming off of our right, extending it, maybe resting it on top, reaching the fingertips up to the sky or up and over. Good, keep breathing. Feel the strength and length in your body. Lower back and belly are nicely connected. When you're ready, we're going to take an inhale. We're going to return back. So plant your right foot. You can go through that wild thing, expansion for the belly and the chest. And returning it back. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, extend your right leg forward, fold at your comfort. We're going to keep it moving. Inhale, reach forward and rise up, sliding your left foot in. Exhale, you turn towards that left leg. Right arm wraps around. Inhaling, lengthening that spine. Exhaling and twisting. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthening that spine. Exhaling and twisting. Once more. If you've got a little bit more and your back is okay, you can take an inhale, see what it's like to release the hand back. Maybe up. Don't lift that shoulder into the ear. Staying right here or on the ground is great. If you got a bit more of a stretch, you can reach up and over, reaching the whole time from your lower back. Maybe you're finding those toes there somewhere, twisting open towards the sky. Breathing through wherever you are. Excellent work. Let's take an inhale, turn towards the front, stretch. Exhale, opening to the opposite side, using a left elbow against the left knee as leverage, so you can twist the right side open. Let's drop that right palm down to the ground, transitioning to a semi-wild thing as you inhale, pushing up. Exhaling, maybe opening it up. Let the head, neck, and jaw go. And then if you feel ready, take an inhale, use your belly, turn over to the outside of your right foot, and see if you can float your left leg on top. Let's breathe for 3. Feel strong in this posture, feel long. Find your resolve to hold it. 1 more breath. Excellent. Take an inhale, returning back through your wild thing if you like. Exhale, hips to the ground. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, extend the leg and fold. Feels so good. Finding a bit more length in the body. Let's soles the feet together. Bring the soles of the feet together into a little diamond and fold over. Just checking in with the lower back and the hips here. Good, let's roll it up. And we'll turn to a modified tabletop position, clasping the fingertips here. Let's pull those hips back. So keep your elbows where they are in this position, your belly and your lower back. I'm wearing a gigantic shirt, aren't I? belly and the lower back are nicely connected here. So we're not sitting into it, sticking the booty out, but we're keeping the belly and lower back strong. And then you sit back and get that nice stretch through the arms and shoulders, maybe all the way down to those sits bones through the lower back. When you're in this position, I want you to feel the breath expand into your back ribs, opening each space between the rib. Those are your intercostal spaces. They're flexible and they're soft, so you can really expand between each rib. We're going to get some movement going here. Take an inhale, come up to a modified tabletop on those forearms, tuck the toes. This one's my favorite. You'll notice in my classes recently. Exhale, float the knees just an inch above the earth. Make sure you're not pulled forward. Get those hips right over those knees. You'll feel why. Next, I want you to take an inhale, pull forward just a little bit, and then exhale. Pull the sits bones towards, I guess, the back top corner of the room that you're in. And then heel toe the feet out. Let's take an inhale, pulling forward, softening the knees. Exhale, pulling the hips over the knees. We're going to do it 2 more times. Fluid motion. Inhale, pull forward. Exhaling back. Inhale, pull forward, soften the knees. Exhale, just go through the hip joint and the knee joint here. Keep the belly and back connected. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, back, belly and lower back connected. Last one, inhale, pull forward. Exhale, pushing back. Feel the strength in the arms. Release the knees, untuck the toes. Oh, stretch it out. Keep the palms where they are. Breathe into the back body here. Let's take an inhale. We're going to move into a tabletop position. So now we roll the elbows back, slight bend in them. And I want you to feel every finger open. Nice connection with the earth in your palms. Modify as you need to onto the forearms. Inhale, right palm forward, fingertips reaching forward. Give yourself a thumbs up. And exhale, left heel back. We're not lifting the hip here. Keep the hip dropped. Reach through that back heel. Good. Belly, lower back connection. If you need to, you can drop your front hand. Let's take an inhale. Open the arm, open the leg to the side, as if their arms from reaching from the center of your clock. Keep the toes pointing down. You exhale back to center. 2 more times. Inhaling. Keep the chest open. Keep the belly strong with the lower back. Exhale. Toes pointing down. 1 more time. Take an inhale, lift the arm, lift the leg. You're going to exhale your right palm down to the ground. Inhale, bend that left knee into your belly. Round the lower back. Give it a nice stretch. Hold it for the exhale. Inhale, crunch a little bit more. Exhale, foot between the palms. From here, all we're going to do is take an inhale as if you have a string tied to your sits bone on the left side and you're pulling back for a stretch. You might not go very far. The knee might stay bent. That's fine. If you can stretch it out. Start with the toes grounded. Those flip-flop wearers need to stretch out the top of the foot. Work on lengthening the spine if you can. Work on pulling the left hip in line with the right. Nice work. You can lift the toes off the ground if you want for another breath. You can always lift yourself up onto a block or a chair or a table if you have it nearby. Take an inhale, bend through your front knee. Bring your palms with you. You can tuck the toes and lift that back knee off the ground. We're going to do the same thing here. Take an inhale, walk back, and see how that feels. If this doesn't work, just stay a little bit more bent. Square off the hips, pull the right forward, the left back. Take an inhale, walk forward, bend into that front knee, palms forward, and then inhale, left fingertips reach forward, and then exhale them up to the sky. Push into that back heel, and pull forward into that front knee, all the while rolling the inner thighs towards each other, evening out your hips. Inhale, open it up. Feel that nice stretch for your left glutes. Exhale, palm to the earth. Good. Inhale, drop the knee and come to a child's pose. Stretch it out. Moving to the other side. Inhale through your tabletop. Exhale. Get solid in your position. Inhale, left fingertips forward. Thumbs up. Exhale, push that door open or push that boulder away. Flexed foot on your right side. Belly didn't sink. You lifted the leg and you stayed strong. Good. If you feel good here, take an inhale. Open up the arm and the leg. Keep the center strong. Toes pointing down. Exhale. Bring it back. Good. It's tricky. Inhale. Opening to keep the toes down. Good. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, lift, arm and leg. Exhale, left palm to the earth. Inhaling, squeeze the right knee in. Exhale, hold it. Inhale, squeeze a little more. Exhale, see if you can float the foot between the palms. Let go into it a little bit. Take an inhale. Exhale, give yourself a stretch as far as you feel you can go. So watch the knee. This could be your maximum. This could be your maximum. You can keep the toes grounded, stretch out the shin, top of the foot, and then if you want, rolling back. Heels on the ground, toes to the sky. I always like to do a little wiggle waggle here inside the hip joint just to make sure you're not locked up and fighting your stretch. But you're using that exhale to work with it, so you should be able to move inside the hip joint a little bit more. Good. Let's take an inhale, pull forward, bend into the knee, tuck the back toes. Exhale, float the knee off the ground. Good. Let's pull back, take an inhale. And now see how this stretch feels. This might be a little bit more intense for you. Roll the right hip back so it's in line with the left. Might be bent, might be straight, but keep those hips in line. And then you work on straightening that knee. Good. You can even pull back on this one too. That gets quite a bit stretchier. You runners will like this one. When you're ready, let's take an inhale, pulling forward into that front knee. Keep the hips in line. Exhale, stay. And then inhale, reach your right fingertips forward. Keep the transition going, exhaling up towards the sky, opening your heart. Don't let the right hip follow you. Keep it grounded. You're peeling open a book. Good. Back heel strong, reaching away. Front knee reaching away. All the while, the center is pulling in towards itself. Staying strong. Good. Take an inhale, open it up. Exhale, palm to the earth. Drop the knee and tuck the toes. Take an inhale. Child's pose. One good breath here. Breathe into that back body. Inhaling, passing through your tabletop. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Let's push to a downward facing dog here. Heel out the feet. Heel toe out the feet rather. Good. Roll the shoulders back and down. Another good breath here. When you're ready, you can hop or walk those feet towards your hands. Hopping will look like this. Walking will look like this, nice and easy. What I want you to do though when you arrive is stay in your bent knee position. Get the belly to rest over those thighs. Hang nice and heavy. I like to call this one our sleeping chair. So you're in a chair, but you are totally relaxing. Great way to lengthen out and stretch out your spine. Release any head, neck, and jaw tension. Release any tension down the length of your spine. You can also do this sitting in a chair. I showed this to my office workers.
just to release the spine. When you're ready, pull that belly into that lower back. Let that roll you up. It's like the zombie roll up. You're hanging, hanging, hanging. And from the bottom, things start to straighten the knees. Notice the hips, straightening through the belly, the rib cage. The shoulders have now stacked on top of the rib cage. And now we are ready for our neck to unravel. Feels so good. That might be one of my favorites, other than Shavasana. Take a moment to breathe, palms open to receive the standing portion of your practice, to receive the strength. Maybe you want to put your hands over your palms. Check in with the beating of your heart for a moment. I'll turn towards you. Good. Let's take an inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, grab hold of your left wrist with your right palm. Left leg crosses over the right. And I want you to just drop over to that right side. Good. You can come back on your inhale the way we got here, or you can take an inhale, pull the belly towards the lower back, reach forward, and then exhale. Uncross and release the hands. Inhale, stretch it up. Left hand grabs hold of the right wrist. Exhale, right foot over the left. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, we're going over to that left side. Feel how the ribs open up, maybe your obliques, so a side body, maybe your QL between your hips and your ribs in the back side is opening up. Keep the chest opening. Good, another good breath here. Always good to stretch. You can return back the way we came, or you can take an inhale, pull the belly into the lower back, towards the back wall, push the fingertips forward. Exhale, release the hands, uncross the legs. Roll out those shoulders. Fix your wardrobe. Taking an inhale, stretching up. Exhale, we're just going to sit into a chair pose here. So not a sleeping chair, but you can imagine that you rolled over from here. So this is about as deep as you sit. I always like to push my palms forward and sit myself back into my sits bones a little bit more. Not rounding forward, but keeping strong across the chest and the upper back. You can always reach your hands up to the sky. One more breath. Sitting a little deeper if you'd like. Inhale, stretch up. And we're going to transition to a one-legged chair pose. On your exhale, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Sitting nice and deep. Watch your hips here, that this front one, I guess that's your right, doesn't creep forward. Keep them nice and even. Keep the lower back and belly lengthening. And then see how far you can go, breath by breath. Same thing here, you can reach forward. Asking for the strength and the resolve to hold the posture for one more breath. You can reach that up to the sky if you want. You can stay at heart center. Take an inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Left ankle floats over the right knee. We square off the hips. We strengthen up that lower body and we lengthen and grow out of it. Every inhale, find your length. Every exhale, if you release the hips, the knees a little bit, you keep lengthening that spine. Any gesture with the hands, anything you feel that will give you your strength to hold for one more breath. Inhale, release the feet, stretch it up. Turn those palms away, flex the wrists. Let it go. Beautiful work. Roll out those shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Drop the head side to side. Make sure no tension accumulated in those chair poses. We're going to move to the side. I'm going to move to the side for this one so I have the length of my mat. I'm going to move into a standing lunge, high lunge.
Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale. Release your left foot behind you. Nice, long standing lunge here. Dropping your tailbone, lengthening your body so you have this kind of counter force of energy. You're releasing and rising. Releasing the backside, rising through the front. Take an inhale, stretch up. Exhale, turn towards your bent knee. As you turn towards your bent knee, extending into those fingertips, drop the hip and bend deeper into the knee if you can. Beautiful work. Holding it and lengthening. Take an inhale. Exhale, I want you to slowly release your back knee. You can always put your hands on your front thigh if it helps. Beautiful. Untuck the toes. Inhale, turn towards the front. As you turn your body to the front, you want to pull that right hip in because it wants to creep forward. Exhale, open up to the opposite side. Keep your front leg stable. Inhale, reach into your back fingertips. Exhale, reach down for that heel. Keep lengthening out of the lower back. If you're good, take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Love this half camel. Keep the front leg stable, belly strong. When you're ready, fire up the belly, your glutes, your front leg. Take an inhale, stretch it up. Exhale. Palms to the earth. Untuck your back toes. Take an inhale, float the left foot forward. Exhale, drop into your sleeping chair. Inhale, roll it up. Bone by bone of that spine. Roll out the shoulders. Check in with your heart if need be. Open your palms if you'd like. We'll move to that other side. Take an inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Transition the right leg back now, isn't it? We had the left leg going back. Good. Remember that counter force of energy. You're releasing the backside, releasing that tailbone, lifting all the way through the front, rising up through the body. Hands at heart center. Square off your hips here. Push off of that back heel. Feel strong. Inhale, here we go. Stretch it up, transitioning. Exhale, turning towards your bent knee. Bend a little deeper into it and pull that left hip back. Beautiful work. You can look back towards your back fingers, towards the side or forward, whatever helps you feel stable. You can place one hand or both on that front knee. Hold this for one more breath. Opening and strengthening at the same time. It's a beautiful balance we're creating. Take an inhale. Good. Exhale. I want you to soften your knee to the ground. A lot of control. Untuck the back toes. Inhale. Stretch it up. Looking forward. Keep pulling that front hip in. Exhale. Opening to the right side now. Inhaling, reaching towards those back fingertips. Exhale. Maybe those back fingertips are reaching towards your back heel. Inhaling up. If you're good, exhale, continue and release back. Letting go. Stay strong in your front leg. When you're ready, take an inhale, stretch it up. Exhale. Release the palms down. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, use your abdominal wall to float your back leg forward. Exhale, sleeping chair. Inhale, roll it up bone by bone of the spine. Really let that belly pull into the lower back and stretch it out. Unraveling any spindles of tension that may have accumulated in the back. Roll out the shoulders. Check in with your neck. Roll out the wrists. Maybe open your palms. Just soaking in the energy you've created. Feel your strength that you've created. All right, we're going to move to an eagle pose and then we'll just get down to the ground and twist it out. Release that back. So we're going to take an inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale. Let's cross the right leg over the left. You can have the toes on the ground, or you can wrap it around and then swing the arms, right elbow inside the left, twisting the arms, or a bear hug if that's more forgiving. Take an inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, maybe sit a little deeper. Maybe bring the elbows towards the belly or the knees. Maybe folding a little deeper. The deeper you go, the more blood flow you're arresting, the more of a head rush type of sensation you'll get on your return. So be mindful of that. When you return, ground your feet well. You can roll back up on an inhale, planting the feet. If you want to, you can take an inhale and follow me down to the ground with the palms, unraveling the feet and the hands. Let the head, neck, and jaw go. Sleeping chair, inhale, rolling it up. Exhale. Let's move to the other side. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, left leg over the right. Left elbow inside the right. Toes on the ground or wrapped around. Soften into the hips. Lengthen in the spine. Inhale, elbows up. Feel the stretch in the back. Maybe stay here. Exhale, maybe sitting a little deeper. Maybe dropping the elbows. Maybe pulling them in towards the belly or the knees. Going to where you're comfortable. Does not need to be deep to be effective for you. When you're ready to return back, you can inhale and open the feet and then stretch the arms up and open them to the side. Or you can follow me as you inhale and exhale. Unravel the legs, release yourself down to a sleeping chair, and then inhale, rolling it up. Roll out those shoulders. Oh, I can hear all the crackling as I'm creating space. Love that. So we'll just get down to the ground here. You can go through a full squat. You can drop your hands to the ground, knees. You can just get yourself down however is comfortable. Take an inhale, stretch it up. Exhale. Maybe check in with your third eye. Check in with your throat and your heart. Soften the knees and the hips. Remember, you're lengthening the spine as you're reaching the sits bones down to the ground. And extend the legs out. Stretch the arms up on an inhale. And exhale, reach the fingertips away. You can all hear my dogs barking. So now you all know that there are some dogs who would love to join into this practice. Roll out the shoulders. Good. Let's soften the knees, plant the feet on the ground. Hands reach underneath the knees. Take an inhale. Lengthen the spine. Watch your lower back. Exhale. Plop over. Good. Inhale, rolling it up. Exhale, plop over. Inhale, roll it up. And then from here, I want you to just lean back. Nice straight spine. You can release your hands. Good. Inhale, coming back. You can have your hands over or under the knees. Exhale, release that back. Inhale, rolling it up. Exhale, reach the fingertips forward, ground through the shoulders, and lean maybe a little bit further back. Notice my back and my belly are nice and connected here. No arching, really rising up through that lower back. Spine is connected, crown of the head through your tailbone. Inhale, you can reach the fingertips up. Exhale, release the back. One more time. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, so you can keep the fingertips up. You can reach them forward. Make sure you keep the shoulders grounded. If you want to, you can add your boat pose, but I'm sure you're feeling enough here. It's up to you. One more breath. Find that strength, find that length. Beautiful. Release the feet, take an inhale, stretch it up. And now exhale, roll it all the way down. Now we're rounding that back. Feel like each vertebra of your spine is a part of a chain link fence that you're just releasing down to the ground, bone by bone. Nice work. Extend your arms up overhead. If that's a bit much, out to the side is fine. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop both knees to the left side and bring your right knee over your left. You might be at maximum here. You might need to back off a bit. You might be able to take it a little further and float that knee a little higher. Extend your right fingertips out to the side. If your left shoulder is kind of telling you that it doesn't enjoy this, extend your left fingertips out to the side. Look over to the right hand, take another inhale. Exhaling. You can use your left hand to pull a little bit deeper, but ground through the right side. When you're ready, take an inhale. Return the feet back to the ground side by side, knees facing the sky, arms up overhead. Feel the length in your spine. Wiggle, waggle the hips and the spine if you need to. Inhaling. Preparing as you exhale, releasing the knees to the right side, floating that left knee over the right, maybe extending into your left fingertips, maybe floating the left knee higher. Right arm as you wish, up overhead or out to the side, or guiding that left knee. Keep your left side grounded. One more good breath here. Let's take an inhale. Use your belly to pull the lower back to the ground. Feet side by side, knees up to the sky. Extend your arms up overhead. Scoot your feet together and allow the knees to open up to the side. You can push the feet further away, or you can keep them right up towards your pelvis. It's up to you. Let's bring one hand on our chest, over the heart, one hand over our belly. 3 good deep breaths here. Beautiful. Bring the knees over the belly, grab hold with both hands, maybe interlace those fingers. Keep the tailbone and the back of the head on the ground for this breath. And when you're ready, take an inhale. Maybe you want to squeeze everything in, forehead towards the knees. You can make a little fist, grind the teeth if you want, scrunch the face, hold the breath for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, free the legs, the arms, the tension in your face. About 5 or so breaths or longer in your Shavasana. When you feel ready, you can wiggle into your fingers and your toes, maybe rock your head side to side gently, using the strength of your core muscles. Float the feet in towards the hips, bending at the knees. Allow them to gently fall to whichever side they choose. Roll to that side, push off your palms, And return back to the seated position you started your practice in. Doing our little experiment, checking in with how we started, but in between we had all this growth and strengthening and breathing and just goodness that we've given ourselves. So check back in with how you feel now. Have you relieved any maybe back tension that you've had? Do you feel like you've created a bit more space? Maybe areas of heat, more circulation. That's good. That will keep going throughout your day, benefiting you. If you really just feel like you're more tired and you need a nap, that is fine. It's what your body is telling you you need. Let's take our closing breath, closing out the practice, holding it in us. Exhale, feel good about what you've given yourself. Feel good about the strength inside of you. Thank you for joining me for this little nugget of a class. I'll see you all soon.